Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Movement. I'm your host, Imran Ghani, and this is Bipolar Harmony, a place, a resource, a community for you or your loved one who may be going through the acute phases of bipolar disorder. Whether that be through the marshy waters of depression, or the chaotic, energetic, ecstatic phases of mania, hypomania, and everything in between. I hope this place is a resource, a practical guide, a community, and something that's affordable for you in this difficult time. Today's topic that I've titled is Yin Yoga for the holidays. Now, for someone going through bipolar disorder, the acute phases that is, the holidays are a time where one can lose discipline. Discipline in sleep, discipline in eating, and of course discipline in regulating our emotions. Throughout the year, we may not have to deal with as many people. We may not have to come across people that we may not have good relations with. And it can be triggering. Holiday parties might be triggering when we see people that are in relationships, when we see people doing better than we are financially, when we see people that we may not have, healed any sort of the kind of wounds that are there. Right now I'm at my parents' home and I'm in a shared living space, and it's a lovely time being with family, but it's always an adjustment, and so I have to learn to be mindful of my emotions when sharing a lived space. With regard to sleep, holiday parties can sometimes get late. There's a lot of drinking, and especially alcohol is something that's quite a slippery slope for someone that's taking medication for bipolar disorder, or even not taking medication. It's something that can really tip someone into hypomania or depression. And then lastly, the unhealthy eating that happens in the holiday time is something that can really cause us to lose our mood stability and compromise our sleep quality as well. So there are many things that work against us, those with bipolar disorder, and today we're going to take some time to be mindful about this time that can be a challenge for many. And like I've done in the past, I'm going to stay in one position. I'm going to stay in the seated position, and hopefully my head isn't cut off from the frame. Let me actually go ahead and adjust it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Now I feel pretty sure. You might see some of the junk in the background. Don't worry about it. It's a nice little backdrop in the back. But with these thoughts in mind about how the holidays may be challenging for us with regard to our sleep, our eating habits, and our emotions, let us come into our practice this morning with a sense of calmness, a sense of relaxation, and the way to do that is to bring our awareness to the breath. So come into a comfortable seating position. I always ask for easy pose, but you can sit however you'd like. You can even lay down for this practice. Everything will be in the seated position. So we'll straighten our spine, broaden our shoulders, relieve tension on the neck, close our eyes, face our palms up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky, And take a deep inhale with the nose. And exhale with the nose. When you inhale with the nose, inflate the belly. And when you exhale with the nose, deflate the belly. We'll do some box breathing where we inhale for 5 seconds or 3 seconds, however long you can take an inhale, and then we hold for 3 to 5 seconds. We exhale for 3 to 5 seconds, and then we hold for 3 to 5 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, we'll begin. Ready? Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 4, 2, 1. And go ahead and repeat this pattern on your own, seeking to deepen the breath, to enrich our blood with oxygen, to create some heat with the breath. Many times in the previous videos I've talked about being in the present, and by being in the present we feel a sense of joy, we feel a sense of presence. Today I'm going to invite us to look into the past. Seeing that this is the last week of 2023, it's a good time to reflect upon the past so that we can feel a sense of gratitude for making it to this day, and we can feel a sense of pride for overcoming the many challenges, and to give ourselves some mercy, some forgiveness for the mistakes and the failures that we've made this year. And so a lot of the anxiety we might feel when our life is falling apart and we can't do the responsibilities, take care of ourselves, our loved ones, we feel a sense of shame when it comes to meeting people during the holiday season. Hey, what's going on in your life? What are you doing? Well, I was in bed for 2 hours this morning, I hadn't showered for a week, and I cut my nails today. That's a big deal. And maybe someone might not see that that's a big deal, but for you, it's a big deal. So feel a sense of pride about that. Feel a sense that you are on your own journey, and that it's okay if not everyone understands how difficult it can be. I know how difficult it can be. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people on the internet know what you're going through, and so it's okay to celebrate those things that people take for granted, that they're not challenges at all. It's a big deal. So go ahead and return back to our practice of breathing, and look back in your memories of this past year, and let us first look at all of the things that we've done, little or big or small, for our health journey. Did we finally go to a doctor and seek clarity on our mental health? Did we have a conversation with our family or the people in our life and tell them, hey, this is something I'm going through. and I need help. I need support. Did you make the resolve this year to get better? Did you change your eating habits? Did you change any sleeping habits? Anything and everything. Just for the purpose of saying, I did that. I might have failed several times, 100 times, but I came back to my commitment. And to feel a sense of gratitude and to feel a sense of accomplishment for making steps towards recovery. And even today, if you can't think of one, you came to today's practice and you made steps, a real practical step for your recovery. Return to the breath. Feel the sensation of air coming into your nostrils and leaving your nostrils. Now we'll take our awareness to the mistakes, the failures that we made this year. Did we abuse our sleep? Did we eat something poorly that caused us to have a really bad mood? Did we treat someone badly because we were in a compromised emotional state? Notice where the body becomes tight when thinking about those failures. Does the eyebrow furrow? Does the jaw clench? Does the chest tighten? Does the breathing stop? Take a deep inhale. And give yourself some mercy. Give yourself some forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Seek forgiveness from the people that you may have wronged this year when dealing with the ups and downs. It happens. That's why it's important to let the people know in your life what you're going through so that they can empathize or try to empathize with what you're going through, so that the door for forgiveness, the door for healing is always open. But first and foremost, the forgiveness begins with the self. It's okay. It's okay to not be your best. Let's go ahead and move the body a little bit. I'm going to take a deep inhale and raise my hands up. And I'm going to make cactus arms. And exhale. I'm going to inhale up. And exhale. Cactus arms. I'm going to inhale up. And exhale. Cactus arms. I'm going to generate a bit of heat. I'm going to roll up my sleeves. It's going to get a little warm in the arms. And while sitting down, while I'm sitting in easy pose, in order to keep my hips aligned, I'm going to switch my legs so they're cross-legged, and my left foot was in the front, and now I put my right foot out in front. So if you're sitting in a similar position where your hips are in one direction, you can switch sides just to keep the hips balanced. So it's a really cool, simple exercise that my cousin who does Kung Fu taught me, where we stick our hands out in front of us and we open our fingers, we close our fingers. Open, close, open, close. We'll do this about 50 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe. 7, 8, full extension. 10, 11, 12, 13, squeeze hard. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, halfway there. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Relax the neck. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. We've got 10 more to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. The hands are going to stay up. 4, 3, 2, don't drop them. 1, 0. Hold the hands up. Don't bring them down. I know it's going to burn. I know it is burning. But we're going to flip our hands over and we're going to do 50 more. 1, 2, 3, squeeze hard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, ooh, it's burning, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Go ahead and slowly relax the arms. Just built some lactic acid. Definitely now take the awareness to the heartbeat. Bring your hands to the chest. And now bask in this newly generated heat. Heat is wonderful. It's like a warm glow that we've generated in the body now. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Now what I invite you to do is to extend your feet out in front of you. So you can't see my feet today, but basically they're facing outward like this. They're facing the screen. So you're welcome to do that. And this will help us to open up our calf muscles and our hamstring muscles. And like I promised, we're just going to stay in one position today. So since we kind of fired up our shoulders and our forearms today, right now let's give them a nice little stretch. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place my right hand across my chest, and I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to pull it across, make my back straight. You'll feel a stretch on your shoulder, and then the last motion is to look to the right. And to take a deep inhale and exhale. The breathing will also extend the muscles, contract the muscles. This is the yin part of the yoga. Staying in a pose for long periods, keeping our awareness in the breath. Today it's okay for the thoughts to wander in the past and the future. I welcome you to do it, but to do it either in a spirit of mercy, of forgiveness, or a spirit of gratitude, of feeling pride for the things you've accomplished. Look up. Look down. Look up. Look down. And unwind and bring the hands down to the knees. Now we'll do the same thing on the left side. So we'll take our left hand, bring it across our chest, pull our arm, our left arm by our right, straighten the back, look to the left, and breathe. I'm going to look up. Look down. I can twist my neck and look up. I'm going to stretch the other muscles here, the thyroid. Give it a nice stretch. And breathe. We'll look down. We'll look up. And we'll look down. Uncross our legs. Now what I'm going to do with my feet is I'm going to bring them in like a butterfly, and my heels are going to touching each other now. So bring your heels together to the point where they're touching each other, and then open up your heels or open up your feet like a book. And now give your feet a nice massage with your thumb. Thank you, feet, for carrying all my weight. I came across an interesting quote by Bruce Lee the other day, where he said that don't something along the lines of, I don't have the exact quote memorized, but said, don't tell your body that it's bad or that it's stupid or that it's not good. Even if you're joking or if you're not serious, the body doesn't know the difference. So might as well give it love. Tell it it's doing a fantastic job. And even if you don't believe it, it doesn't know the difference. So just expressing gratitude to the body, the vessel that your consciousness occupies. We won't get into consciousness, but it's a vessel that we carry, or that carries us. We'll go ahead and straighten the spine. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand onto my left knee. And I'm going to take my right shoulder onto my right knee. And it might be difficult to reach. That's okay. The point of this stretch is actually to open up the groin muscle as well as the lower back. So I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to extend up. And breathe. I'm going to look up, look down. Look up and look down. Come back to the center. Take my left hand, place it on my right knee. I'm going to drop my left shoulder on towards my left knee, and from here I'm going to extend my arm up, look up, look down, look up, and let gravity do the work of bringing your left shoulder closer and closer to your left knee. You might feel, I can't go any further. Just relax the body and see, observe, and breathe. You can look down and up at your leisure. Come back to the center. Okay, I'm going to inhale, raise my hands up. Exhale, twist to my left. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to my right. It's amazing how just moving in one spot, you can still generate quite a lot of heat. And open up the muscles. Get the heart pumping. We'll raise my hands, bring them down cactus style. Invert my cactus and bring my hands to my feet. Here with my feet, I am going to stick them out again towards the screen, so my feet are outward now. I'm going to take an inhale and forward fold. Here we're going to stretch our hamstring muscles, those muscles behind in the back of our thighs, underneath our glutes. We'll stretch our glutes, our lower back, our mid back, and aspire to bring your hands to your feet. If you can't bring them to your feet, bring them to your ankles. If you can't do your ankles, your shins. If you can't do your shins, your knees. And what we're going to do for the next 3 minutes is we're going to let gravity open up our spine by dropping the weight of our head, all 8 pounds, no tension at all, no resistance, and just let the weight of our head pull us, our chest, closer and closer to our knee. So let's begin. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. And just observe how the body opens up. Relieve the tension in the neck. Okay. Just observe the resistance of the muscles. And what's fascinating is how the muscles, after complaining, after whining, after saying, I can't do it, they'll say, okay, I'll open up a bit. So just be patient with it. And breathe. Take the awareness to the sensation on the nostrils and close the eyes. Once you feel your body has gotten comfortable in the position, encourage it to sink deeper, deeper into the stretch. Sometimes it gets uncomfortable, you want to leave the position. Embrace that discomfort. Of course, it should never be painful or stinging, but ask yourself, what is this discomfort telling me? Sink deeper into the stretch. We're going to slowly come back up. Straighten the spine. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, bring down the hands. Cactus. Really kiss the scapula. And we'll come back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left foot. I'm going to place it to the right of my right knee. I'm going to take my left foot and place it to the right of my right knee. So you can see my knee is up now. My left knee is up. I'm going to take my left hand and give myself some support. I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to inhale up this way and then I'm going to twist. So we're going to get into a twist And this really helps, if we're having issues with constipation, we're having issues with digestion. This is really good for activating the large intestine, the gut, to get some movement going. So I'll take my hand, inhale up, and exhale, twist. Begin the twist with the stomach, then the shoulders, and then finally with the neck. And we'll hang out here for a good 3 breaths. 5-second breath in, 5-second exhale. Go ahead and unwind your twist. Now, with the leg here, still here, I'm going to cradle my leg. So I'm going to put my foot in the cradle of my right elbow. I'm going to take my left hand, come around, put my knee in the cradle of my left elbow, and I'm going to straighten my back, and then sway my leg like a baby. This is going to open up our left hip, and our glute muscle is going to get a nice little massage, getting kind of massaged by the ground. If you really want to get a massage, you'll kind of lean to the left, and then the weight is going to hit your glute, your pear-shaped piriformis muscle. It can increase the degree, the range of your twisting to really open it up. But always be in a place where it's comfortably edgy, where you're able to breathe, where it's not painful. You never want it to be painful, but comfortably edgy. And the way I measure comfortably edgy is the ability to still breathe. If you're just like, that's a little too much. But you can do this for however long you want. Alright, so I'll bring my left foot in front of me. Now we'll do the same thing on the right side, where I'm going to bring up my right knee. I'm going to take my left foot and place it across to the left of my left knee. I'm going to take my right hand to give myself support behind me. I'm going to inhale with my left hand and twist with the stomach, twist with the shoulders. Bring my left elbow to the right of my right knee and twist. It's really interesting taking deep breaths when your stomach is all twisted out. Go ahead and untwist. So just like last time, I'm going to take my right foot this time and put it in the hook of my left elbow and my right knee in the hook of my right elbow. I'm going to straighten my back and swing it side to side, opening up that hip muscle. A lot of my practice these last couple of weeks have been grounding practices, have been, for the purpose of opening up our hips and our muscles, but also feeling constant contact with the ground. Yoga also has several other types of poses like heart opening and balance. These last couple of weeks I've really focused on grounding ourselves to the earth, opening up the hips, being aware with the breath. This becomes the foundation of a good movement practice. Being grounded, having good breath, being present. It's a lot easier to be present in these more relaxing poses, but when you're balancing on one foot, it certainly is a challenge, not impossible, but one that requires some training. Now if you want, you can lean to the right and you'll feel the ground really press up against your pear-shaped piriformis muscle. You can come up and I'm going to cross my legs the way they were in the beginning of the practice, and I'll take my hands, place them on my knees with the palms facing upward. I'll straighten my spine, broaden my shoulders, and relieve all tension in my neck, imagining that my head is afloat on water. And I'm going to observe the difference in my body comparing it to the way it was in the beginning to now. So I'll bring my awareness to the crown of my head, closing my eyes, and slowly scan my body from head to toe, being ever aware of my breath, and simply observe. Come down to your forehead, your eyes, your ears, cheekbones, the jaw. Relax the jaw. My habit really is to clench the jaw a lot. It's been really nice just coming to the jaw and noticing, wow, I'm almost always clenching my jaw. Come down to the throat, swallow. And now I'll invite you to scan the rest of your body on your own, at your own pace. Relax the body. Spread that relaxation from head to toe. Be aware of your heartbeat. Be aware of the breath that is coming in, filling the belly, filling the lungs, leaving the belly, leaving the lungs. And continue scanning the body. you haven't reached the toes, you can pause the video. If you have, we'll go ahead and move forward. Take our awareness to the colors in front of our eyes while they're closed. Simply pay attention to what's been in front of you all along. Notice the blacks, the greens, the blues, the orange, the yellow. And breathe. Take the awareness to the sensation in the nostril. And if you've slouched a little bit like myself, recommit to straightening the spine, broadening the shoulders. Since the beginning of our practice today, I've invited you to look backwards into the year that's passed. This is also a good time to resolve for a better tomorrow. I'm a big believer in New Year's resolutions, and taking them seriously can have a huge impact in achieving the results, the goals that we set for ourselves, but also cultivating a sense of mercy and forgiveness when our resolve falls apart. But once we forgive ourselves, it opens the door for recommitting to that resolution throughout the year. And so, imagine now the future ahead. It may seem daunting. It may seem overwhelming. But pick one goal. Maybe something really small. And it doesn't mean that's the only thing that you'll do next year. But this is the one thing, without fail, that you will commit to. As for me, I'm really bad. I'm a night owl. And I sleep late. And I get my 8 hours of sleep, but then I wake up late. And my life allows me to do that right now. But I'm quite attentive to the famous quote attributed to Benjamin Franklin that early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I want to participate in this virtue, so I've resolved to go to sleep by 9:30 or 10 o'clock and wake up 5:30 or 6 o'clock. It's going to be challenging, and I know I'm going to fail several times in the beginning, but it's a goal that I'm going to be committed to. And it's a personal goal of mine. When I have a goal in my mind, then the difficulties of life, when having a sense of purpose, it's not that they become less, but having a sense of purpose, having a goal, is something that prevents us from falling apart. So there is reason to get out of bed. There is reason to live. There is reason to go to sleep early because the next day is coming. So with that being said, whether you were able to come up with that resolution now, we have until the rest of the year. I believe we're in December 24th. We've got another week of this year. Maybe next week when we come together, we come back and hit this topic again. I'm also thinking maybe next week I'll take off because it'll be New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. But you know, I'm so glad that you joined me today. I'm so glad that you made the step to do something about improving your situation or your loved one's situation. And if you like what you saw today, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join me on Instagram. These are the main two social media platforms that I interact with people and post my content. And then I also have a website, bpharmony.com, where I've written a book called the 5 pillars of bipolar disorder recovery: sleep, nutrition, movement, mindfulness, and community. These 5 are an integrative process technique that I implemented on myself when I was going through the acute recovery phase. And now I enjoy a life where I no longer take medication, I live fully again, and I believe that you can do it too. Whether it be with or without medication, recovery is possible, stability is possible, and living a full life again is possible. It is hard work, and sometimes it can take a month, sometimes, like in my case, it takes multiple years. And for that reason, I've created BP Harmony, a place where you can find refuge, where you can find knowledge, and you can feel a sense of community in your recovery journey. So until next week, take care, and I wish you good health.